If we didn't laugh, we'd cry. Well, here we are. It's obvious now we can never trust another poll again. It's also obvious that there is no way in the world we can trust any of the American news media. And to top it all off, Ricky, Bubbles, and Julian, they could be out causing mischief again. This and more on today's episode of FBTV. I know, it is what, 2020. It will go down in infamy. Coronavirus, mask, riots, protest, presidential election that won't end. It hasn't, has it? Nope, still trying to figure it all out. Well, that's a story for another day. We'll let the news media pick and choose. That's what cracks me up. You go to one outlet, they're saying, okay, here's the electoral count. Go to this one, it's a whole different number. You go to this one, it's another number. Nobody knows what's going on. But we had a pretty good idea it wasn't going to be over Election Day, didn't we? How you doing? This is FBTV. My name is Mike. I'm your host. We get together, try to every week, talk about things pertaining to the transportation industry, have a little bit of fun. Speaking of a little bit of fun with a D, Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles might be out on the prowl again. Pulled this news story off of the Wire. Fake cops pulling over and trying to rob truckers. I don't know, sounds like Julian, Ricky, and Bubbles to me. Authorities are asking drivers to use extra caution after two police impersonators, probably Julian and Ricky, attempted to rob a truck driver on Monday up in Alberta, Canada. According to police, the robbery attempt occurred at 10:40 in the morning, not at night, in the morning, broad daylight, on Highway 41 near Alberta. Consort, Alberta is what it says. Police said that a truck driver traveling south was pulled over by an older model Crown Victoria sedan with a light bar. Two suspects exited the car. The truck driver immediately noticed that they were not wearing uniforms and confronted them after they demanded money. The suspects, probably Ricky and Julian, with Bubbles in the back seat, fled the scene and were last spotted heading southbound on Highway 41 towards Consort. Anyway, I read that. First thing came to my mind, Ricky, Julian, Bubbles. Some of you may know what I'm talking about, and you may get a laugh out of it. You're going to be going, oh, sounds like them. And some of you may be going, what in the world? Google it. Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. All right. Let's see what's happening. Today we're going to be talking about credit apps. If you're a broker agent and you're working for a company, a brokerage that requires the customer to fill out a credit app, you're probably finding that's not an easy thing to get done because nobody likes to fill out a credit app. Shippers don't either. So what do you do? Well, let's get into this quickly about what you do. All right, so you're working for a broker and they use credit apps. It's in your shipper packet. You send the packet over, you get set up with that customer, but that customer is not 100% set up with your broker yet because they won't be until your broker approves that customer. And to be able to do that, obviously you got to have the credit app. The worst thing you can do is bug your new customer about the credit app. They're not going to fill it out. I'll just tell you right now, they're not, or it's very rare that they will sit down and, okay, let's get this filled out for this fella. Okay, it's not going to happen. The reason they're not going to jump right on top of it is simple. They don't know if you're going to be able to get trucks for their loads. They're not even going to worry about that credit app until you get a truck for the load, and that's what you're going to have to do. So you sent the shipper packet to that customer. Now they're making their loads available to you. Work the loads. Get them posted on the load board. When you get a truck to move that first load, that's when you lower the boom about the credit app. That's when you call the customer, hey, I got a truck for this load, but man, I never got the credit app back. I need you to send that credit app to me. Now they'll get on top of that credit app, send it to you almost immediately so you can get that shipper approved. Approval isn't going to take just a couple of minutes, but your broker is going to have that credit app probably because they need it. Never been a fan of credit apps. I don't think anybody else is either, but especially when it comes to brokering. I know there's a lot of brokers out there that, well, we got to have credit app, no credit app. Well, we know what they pay. Well, the easiest way to learn that without a credit app is get 3 carrier references, not just any carrier, 3 recent carrier references for that customer. Call those carriers, ask. Believe me, if a customer is not paying a trucking company is going to be happy to tell you, no, they do not pay their freight bills. More times than not, all shippers will pay their freight bills unless they're just, already out of business, just last breath or two. The reason is if they don't pay their freight bill, they're not going to be able to get any trucks in there to move their loads. The biggest thing with a shipper, more times than not, is going to be how fast do they pay. Most brokers want the customer to pay, well, at least net 30, sooner if possible, obviously, for obvious reasons, get the money quicker. But slow pay, it's been my experience, the bigger the customer, the slower they pay because they can get away with it. But anyway, neither here nor there. Over on Taltoa, at Taltoa, TALTOA.com, Taltoa, here in the next couple of days, got a webinar going to be starting, a freight broker training webinar. It's conducted over a 2-week period, 3 days, 3 Monday evenings, and then there is the on-demand as well. Now, what separates this freight broker training webinar from others is, well, basically it's hands-on. Now, you may, what's a webinar? How's it hands-on? Because you're going to be able to actually use the different tools, programs, software, and understand when I say that, I'm saying that loosely because everything's on the cloud anymore, but you're going to be actually able to use those tools and load boards and rate tools and prospecting tools as you go through the webinar. You're going to have homework and you're going to have access to those tools and you're going to be able actually to use them. So keep that in mind. You want to know more about that, head on over to Taltoa, TALTOA.com. My name is Mike. I'm the lead consultant over there. That's why we're talking about it. They make this channel possible. All right. Anything else? Comments, questions, messages? Leave them down below. Or you can go to the website, freightbrokertv.com. We've got forums there. You can email us, fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. And you can even call our studio line, 479-668-0213. All right, fantastic. I really hope we can come back together as a country again. This year has just been totally upside down for everybody. All right, very good. Well, listen, Thursday, November 5th, try to make the best of it. Have a good Thursday, unless, of course, you've made other plans. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.